A man sits across a table, perfectly still. His words are calm. His story is airtight, but his left hand just froze. His pupils expanded just for a moment, and for 1/25th of a second, his face told a completely different story. The FBI interrogator across the table saw all of it, because the human body cannot fully lie. No matter how convincing the words, 5 involuntary reactions always leak the truth. The science of deception detection didn't begin in a Hollywood writer's room. It began in 1966 when psychologist Paul Ekman, a young researcher at the University of California, started filming faces. He wasn't looking at words or stories. He was looking at the fraction of a second flickers that crossed a face before the conscious mind could suppress them. He called them micro-expressions. Ekman's work eventually reached the FBI, the CIA, the TSA, and military intelligence programs around the world. Today, deception detection training is embedded in interrogation protocols across dozens of intelligence agencies. The core principle is this: the brain and the body operate on 2 different systems. The conscious mind can craft a lie, but the body's autonomic nervous system, the same system that controls your heartbeat, does not take orders. It reacts. And it reacts with 5 tells that trained eyes cannot ignore. Tell number 1, the micro-expression. A micro-expression lasts between 1/15th and 1/25th of a second. It is the face's true emotion escaping before the conscious mind slams the door. Ekman identified 7 universal micro-expressions, including contempt, fear, disgust, and suppressed anger, that appear the same on every human face on Earth, regardless of culture. In an interrogation, a person may say, "I have no idea where she is," but a flash of contempt on the left side of their mouth tells a different story. Tell number 2, pupil dilation. When the brain experiences stress, fear, or intense cognitive effort, such as constructing a lie in real time, it floods the body with adrenaline. Adrenaline causes the pupils to dilate, involuntarily, instantly, and visibly. Skilled interrogators are trained to establish a baseline, watching the subject's normal pupil state, and then track any sudden change the moment a specific question is asked. Tell number 3, freeze behavior. Humans, like almost all mammals, share an ancient threat response: freeze, fight, or flee. When the limbic brain perceives danger and a pointed accusation is perceived as danger, the body freezes. Natural, comfortable gesturing stops entirely. Blinking rate drops dramatically, a freeze reflex that was once used to go undetected by predators. FBI interrogators know that a sudden reduction in gesturing, especially after a free-flowing conversation, is one of the most reliable freeze signals in the field. Tell number 4, the throat clear and dry mouth swallow. Stress activates the sympathetic nervous system, the same system that prepares the body to fight or run. One of its immediate effects is the suppression of saliva production. The mouth becomes dry. The subject involuntarily clears their throat, swallows hard, or licks their lips, all within seconds of the triggering question. Tell number 5, the ventral denial, the body turning away. The ventral side of the human body, the chest, stomach, and inner arms, contains the highest concentration of nerve endings and vital organs. When threatened, the limbic brain instinctively shields these areas by rotating the body away from the source of danger. Feet point toward the exit, arms cross over the chest. The subject's body is trying to leave the room, even when they don't. Here is where it gets deeper. None of these 5 signals, taken alone, confirms a lie. The real science, what the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit calls clusters of deception, is the convergence of multiple signals at the same moment. One swallowed hard swallow means nothing. A dry swallow, immediately followed by a freeze in gesture, a micro-expression of fear, dilated pupils, and a torso rotating away. That cluster means everything. This is why polygraph machines, the classic lie detectors, have largely fallen out of favor in elite intelligence work. A polygraph measures only one channel, physiological arousal. A trained human observer reading clusters of behavioral signals reads the entire body simultaneously, a system no machine has yet replicated. There's another layer to this. Lying is cognitively expensive. To deceive someone, the brain must simultaneously hold the true memory, suppress it, construct construct a false version, monitor the listener's reactions, and regulate the body's involuntary signals all at once. This cognitive overload is itself detectable. Liars pause longer before answering specific questions. They use more filler words, because the brain is cueing multiple processes simultaneously. And critically, they often answer a slightly different question than the one asked, because the brain steers instinctively away from the dangerous territory. What makes all of this possible, what makes the body betray the mind, is evolution. The limbic brain, the ancient emotional brain, evolved over millions of years to respond to threats without waiting for conscious thought. Language, the tool we use to lie, is only about 100,000 years old. The body's fear responses are millions of years older. Language cannot reprogram what evolution spent millions of years building, which is why, in a room with someone who knows what to look for, the truth has a way of surfacing, whether you intend it to or not. The man at the beginning of this story, the one whose words were perfect, was taken into custody that night. Not because of anything he said, because of what his hands did at 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Paul Ekman once said that the face is the only part of the body where muscles are directly connected to emotion. No other system, anywhere in the body, can suppress all 5 tells simultaneously. The body was never designed to be lied through. It was designed, over millions of years, to survive. And survival depends on truth. So the next time someone looks you in the eye and tells you exactly what you want to hear, watch the hands.